time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Thursday wherever you're joining us from. Still a little gray out here in Oakland, but it will open up. It's going to be about 70 later on. How is it where you are? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. I am always glad to be here with you to read a story together and, of course, learn together and learn from each other. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are well. I hope your loved ones are well. And I hope that people in your community are doing great. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, we're still sparing a thought, thinking about all the different things that are happening in the world right now. It is a lot, so please take a moment, just take a breath, just reconnect with your inner core, and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Good morning to you and welcome. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad we're here today, and I'm ready to go to the barber shop with FURQAN. So good morning, and today we'll be reading FURQAN'S First Flat Top, and this one is written and illustrated by Robert Liu-TRUJILLO, and it is a good one. I hope you're ready for it. Get comfortable, get everything that you need, and come close. Bring everybody close to you. Pets, anything, everybody, bring them close to listen to this one. Good morning to you, and please let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And if you're here with us, 7 o'clock, if you're here on the West Coast, thank you so much for joining in. And of course, wherever you're joining us from, I hope that your day is either off to a great start or has been going great so far. And of course, I hope you've had a wonderful week to boot. Thank you so much for joining in. Long weekend on the way. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being here. All right. And if you're joining us at 11, welcome to Storytime. Enjoy it. Thank you for being here. And please let this not be the last book that you read today. Thank you so much for joining in. And all the kids out there, we're reading about FURQAN'S First Flat Top, but there are a lot of firsts happening out there to our many little ones, whether it's the first day of school, first day of first grade, first day of kindergarten, first day of anything, or first of everything that you're doing. I hope that it goes well. Thank you so much for joining in. Those special moments should be treasured indeed. Good morning to you. And joining us this morning, how are you doing? Amanda, West, Sarah, and Nathan, how are you today out in Illinois? You say sunny and cool Illinois. Well, thank you so much for joining in. I'm glad the sun is out. Thank you for bringing your sunshine into Storytime here today. Thank you for being here. Good morning one more time, Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West. Good morning to you. Baby Theo, how are you doing? And of course Garrick, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Please remind me or let me know where you're joining us from. It is such a pleasure to have you here on Storytime with us. Are you ready for today's story? Well, this one is indeed a beautiful one, written and illustrated by Robert Liu-TRUJILLO, and it is called FURQAN'S First Flat Top. Yes, I'm excited for this one, and I hope you enjoy it. Good morning to you. Happy Thursday, Karen. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, thank you. A big hug for you, Karen. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you. And please, please, my love to all at home. Thank you so much for joining in today. Yes, many firsts to treasure. Absolutely, Karen. Always, always indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, looking forward to many great, great works together, Karen. I am excited for this year. Thank you for joining in. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a lovely time where you are. Hopefully a nice cup of something as well as we are listening in to our story today. Good morning to you. FURQAN'S First Flat Top, written and illustrated by Robert Liu-TRUJILLO. All right, let's get ready for this one and enjoy it, and hopefully enjoy it with our breakfast too. Here we go. All right, let us get started with this one. Thank you for joining in Story Time today.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Story Time's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Story Time with Mr. LaMotta.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. FURQAN'S First Flat Top, written and illustrated by Robert Liu-TRUJILLO. Here we go. And we're reading this one with permission of Robert Liu-TRUJILLO himself and Combien Books. Ah, barbershop. I think I'm due. I'm due to the barbershop too. Which one's your favorite of those? All right. FURQAN'S First Flat Top. Exciting. Oh, the dedication to Robert's son. It's interesting because Robert dedicates this book to his son. To my son, Saja Tashuna, thank you for your smile, your laughter, your love, and all the stories you have inspired in me. Don't forget to always use your imagination. I love you. And you know, he is now in high school, so it's really interesting to think of when this book was written and how old he is now. But yeah, there we go. My name is FURQAN Moreno. I am 10 years old, and I've always had real curly hair. My mama and daddy let me grow my hair out as long as I want. I just have to comb it. But I decided I want to cut my hair a different way. Oh, what are you looking to do, FURQAN? What haircut do you have right now at home? Daddy, I asked. Yes, baby, said Daddy. Remember the way Marcus got his hair cut last year? Talking through toothpaste, Daddy mumbled. Yeah, that's called a flat top. I want my hair cut like that. Can we go do that today? I asked. Oh, was Daddy going to say yes? What do you think? Oh, yay for FURQAN. My daddy said we could go, so we took the number 14 bus to Mr. Wallace's barbershop. It's the closest barbershop to our house. Once we got inside, there's a whole bunch of people talking. Things on the wall, the floor, the tables, and lots of people waiting to get their haircut. Maybe they were getting that flat tops too. I see one already. Do you see it? I'll leave this a minute so you can look at all the different things in the barbershop. Wow. When it was my turn, I looked at all the stuff Mr. Wallace had. He had all kinds of tools on his table, some of them for cutting hair, and some I couldn't tell what they were for. So many tools, Mr. Wallace. I want to get a flat top, I told Mr. Wallace, but I was still a bit nervous about how to get it cut. So I asked him to show me some pictures of people's hairstyles. I pointed to the style I liked. As he began cutting, I started to imagine how it would look. Which one's your favorite of those? Oh, which one do you think Furkan will get? Then I asked my dad, Daddy, but what if my hair comes out flat, like the drum Babashola plays in dance class? Won't that look kind of weird? Furkan, don't we both love the way your teacher's drum sounds? It will look cool, trust me, Daddy said, nodding his head. Ah. But what if my hair looks flat like the pancakes we had for breakfast this morning, Dad? I pleaded. Ah, my dad said, waving his hand. No, Furkan. Pancakes are great, and yes, they are flat, but your hair won't look or smell like pancakes, boy. Oh, Daddy's doing a good job of carving Furkan. At Abuelita's house on Saturdays, we make tortillas flat with our hands, I said. Dad whispered, tortillas. Will my hair look flat like that? I asked. Tortillas are yummy, but no, it won't, my dad responded. No, it won't, Furkan. Daddy, remember that time we tried to bake a cake? It started out all puffy, then it got flat. Will that happen to my hair? I asked. No, baby, it will look better than that. It will look real fresh. Trust me, Daddy said. Oh. Okay, well, what if it looks flat like Cousin Mary's skateboard? I don't want anyone stepping on my head, I said. I guess her skateboard is almost flat, but she's always moving and laughing just like you. Don't worry, said Daddy. Don't worry. You know how when you put them records on the machine? I asked. You mean the turntable? Asked Daddy. Yeah, what if my head looks flat like a record? I said. Your head would have to be pretty big to look like a record, boy. It will look just fine, Daddy reassured me. Oh, Furkan. While I was thinking of flat stuff, the barber almost finished cutting my hair. I felt kind of funny when I leaned forward or turned my head. Mr. Wallace asked if I wanted designs like the Shakur twins had. I told him, yeah. So he made all kinds of patterns and then said, what did he say? And then said, your first flat top is done, Furkan. I looked in the mirror, smiled, and threw my head up like I won a contest because it does look fresh. Oh, yay for Furkan and his first flat top. The next day when I got to school, my friends were so surprised at my new haircut. Some kids even looked at me funny, but mostly everybody liked it. I told Daddy about my first day back at school, and he said, I told you it would look good, didn't I? I thanked my dad again for taking me to cut my hair different, and that is how I got my first flat top. The end. Oh.
I'm Meenal Patel, and I am an artist, designer, and the author and illustrator of Priya Dreams of Marigolds and Masala, and you are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful story that we were reading today, FURQAN'S First Flat Top. And this one is written and illustrated by Robert Liu-Trujillo. I hope you enjoyed it. It is a good one indeed. Always makes me laugh. I hope out there it put a smile on your face. It made your heart glad and made you think of all those first things as parents to expect and to look forward to. Also as kids that you're looking forward to, and those that have already happened as well. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. FURQAN'S First Flat Top. Please find it where you find books. Ask for it at your local library. Ask for it at your school library, and enjoy it some more. Please let not this be the last book you read today. Find other books to read today. Enjoy them. And you know what? Send recommendations to me. Let me know what books you like read here on Storytime, and I will do my best to bring them to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed that one. But we're not done. We're back tomorrow again, and we're bringing somebody with exciting hair too. So tomorrow we will be meeting somebody, Mike, in Mixed Me. This one is written by Tay Diggs and illustrations by Shane W. Evans. So do join me tomorrow for this one, Mixed Me, and find out what it's all about. Thank you so much for joining me today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you, and I absolutely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here. One more time, Amanda, West, Sarah, and Nathan, good morning to you. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful start to the day, and I hope that you have an even beautiful rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad you were here. Garrick and baby Theo, and of course Kathleen, how are you doing today? Please remind me where you're joining us from. Glad you're here on Storytime, and I hope you enjoyed that wonderful story that we had today. And hopefully you've had your first haircuts, or indeed, who does your haircuts for you? Is it mommy and daddy? Is it your parents at home? Is it the adults in your life? Who does it? Thank you so much for joining in, but let me know who does that. Good morning to you, Karen. How are you doing? One more time. Thank you so much. And you're saying many firsts to treasure for sure. Absolutely. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Tomaida, how are you doing today? Joining us all the way out in Zambia, Lusaka, Zambia, my hometown. Thank you so much for joining in. It's a good afternoon to you, Tomaida Zulu. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are having a wonderful day where you are. Rocco, Clay, and Chriselle, thank you so much for joining in. And Rocco, how's third grade going? I am glad you're back in school and enjoying it. I hope it is going well, and I'm sure you will have a wonderful year. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Good to see you here. Chriselle, Clay, and Rocco, enjoy your day today. Thank you so much. Miss Ingrid, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, just in time. How are you doing today? I'm glad you love the story. It is a beautiful one indeed. FURQAN'S First Flat Top. I think, Miss Ingrid, we should find a way of reading this together. It does also have a Spanish. It is bilingual, so I wish I could read the Spanish. So somebody else needs to do it. Miss Ingrid, challenge out to you. Good morning to you, April. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Say, we finally made it to the live. Well, I am glad you're here, and I know you have a crew out there that you're trying to get out the door into school. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope your year is off to a great start indeed. And thank you for the reminders. Jemerson, Alicia, Lindley, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining us out in Orange County. Thank you so much for being here. I am so glad we were here to share that wonderful story. I hope you enjoyed it. We're back tomorrow again, and we will be reading Mixed Me. So join in tomorrow and find out what that one is all about. But for today, this has been Storytime. Much love to each and every one of you that is joining in today. And thank you, Miss Ingrid. Absolutely. Thank you for joining in today. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember that Storytime is now at 7 and also at 11. So if you miss us at 7, please catch us at 11. And some books, we're able to keep them up for a longer time and others not. So please, if you can, catch us. But also special days coming when I'm off from work. We'll be live both times at 7 and at 11. So I'm excited for those days to come. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hugs, hugs, hugs to you and everyone out there. Thank you so much for joining in. I will see you again tomorrow for another great story. And of course, to wrap up our wonderful week of stories. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Thursday to you and your loved ones. Much love. Bye-bye.
Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.